Hello, my name is ShuJen Walker Askew, and my story is called 45 Minutes. In the chair next to me, my 4-year-old son, Kevin, bobbed and swayed to the alphabet song before the start of his Zoom class. I matched his enthusiasm, dancing as well, until the song finished and the teacher appeared on the screen with a wide grin. "Okay, class," she said, "are you ready for a fun day?" High-pitched squeals of laughter from his classmates blasted through the speakers, nearly taking out my eardrums. I turned down the volume and checked my watch, dreading the next 45 minutes and praying Kevin makes it through his class without a meltdown. "Roll call," she held out a name tag. "Who's this?" "Amanda," one of the students shouted. "That's right, it's Amanda. Let's say hello to Amanda." The teacher placed a name tag on the whiteboard and sang, "Hello, Amanda, hello, Amanda, hello, Amanda." The class joined in, vocalizing the words as loud as they could. I glanced over at my son, who sat with a blank expression on his face. "Come on," I said, putting my arm around him, "sing." No response. "Okay, class, who's this?" She held out a name tag. The kids shouted Kevin's name. "That's you, Kevin," I pointed to the screen. "That's you," I said as loud as I could with my hands up like a cheerleader. Still no response. "Let's welcome Kevin," she hung the name tag up and sang, "Hello, Kevin, hello, Kevin."
So ShuJen, I cannot possibly imagine what being in this pandemic with young children is like. Yeah. So I appreciate you sharing this because I used to work in my son's school, and I know just like keeping a kid sitting in their chair for one class session was difficult, but to do this all at home seems an incredible challenge.
Oh yeah, it's really, really hard.
And how did you decide on writing this and how you wanted to present kind of this aspect of your life?
I think, well, my son, he has speech, he's, has some speech help. And so we have somebody kind of come over, and so we have classes, and he had to sit through the class, and it was really, really tough to get him to sit there where he just doesn't care about anything, doesn't care about, the scissors, he doesn't care about glue, he doesn't want to be there. And so I had to capture that because as me as a mom trying to help him, and then I had to learn as well on how to really do that. So it's been really tough, and I really wanted to capture that moment of the struggles with that.
Well, I like how you put this time frame on it, the 45 minutes, because we get through maybe half your story and you're like, still 45 minutes. And it conveys that sense of how long that time frame is to kind of keep kids occupied on Zoom classes.
Oh yeah, it's really, really tough. You just think like if they went ahead and just did the projects, it wouldn't be so hard, but he just doesn't care. He wants to play with toys. He wants, just doesn't want to pay attention. So it's been really difficult.
And have you shared the story with your son?
I have not. He's only 4, so he doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand Mommy wrote about you?
No. Well, he will know once he gets older.
And how does it feel to share this story with others and be part of this project where there's going to be a number of other writers sharing very different perspectives on the pandemic?
It's really difficult because you kind of, you talk about your life, and I really wanted to be truthful about what's really going on. So it's been kind of hard. Nobody really understands, unless they have children, they understand how hard it is. And nobody really understands how it is to have class online at home, in the household where the kids, has things around them, their toys and stuff like that. That's all they care about, and they don't understand that at all. So it's, I really want to describe that.
And since this has been going on for a year now, how has Kevin's progress changed, or his relationship to Zoom classes?
Every day it's different. So some days he's great. Some days he'll follow all the instructions and we just keep going. And then some days it's not like that. He screams and doesn't want to sit there, and I have to kind of entertain him and just be over exaggerated, like a cheerleader, like I said in there. Like, come on, Kevin, let's do this. We can do this. And so it's really a struggle. It's really hard, but I just keep going. Pretty much, just keep going.
And how was the process of writing this? Did you feel like, was it a nice catharsis, or was it just good to share it and kind of connect with other people through this?
Yeah, I had a problem trying to start where to start the story, because the story is pretty much a working mother that comes home as well and tries to, teach the kid, and I really didn't know where to start. Do I start at work? Do I start at home? But I really wanted to capture the moment where she's struggling and she's dreading the 45 minutes, and then she goes into the bathroom at the end and she's kind of just given up, pretty much. And then her son comes in there with the magnifying glass that the teacher asked for, and she didn't even think he was paying attention. So she has a moment and thinks, wow, he's really paying attention, so let's go out and do this. And that's why I really wanted to capture that moment that I had that thought, pretty much.
And I imagine you're following closely whether schools are going to be actually coming back into session, and how is that kind of impacting you in terms of how you relate to the pandemic?
It's tough. I don't know whether I want to send my kid back to school. In a way, I want him to learn, because he had a lot of help, with the teachers and stuff, but at the same time, I don't want him to get sick. I have to figure out what's more important to me. Him missing a year or two, which is hard, because the first 5, they talk about up to 5 years old, that this is their learning stage. So I have to kind of balance that out with him maybe possibly getting sick and something happening. And in the end, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what would matter the most? What's more worth it? And my son's health is more important to me. So I want to focus on that, and that's hard, because it could be physical or it could be mental, so I really don't know. So this point in time, I just take it day by day and do what I can do best.
And do you feel like you're taking on a lot of teaching duties yourself?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I got to help him, make sure, he can just do stuff, color and everything. And I have a 5-year-old home as well, so she helps, she tries, to come and try to help and get him involved, but it's tough, it's tough.
Well, I want to thank you very much for sharing those experiences and giving us a little window into the challenges of having young kids at home during a pandemic.
Okay, great, thanks.